Okay, so let's talk about the recent development. Hamas is now striking Israel back with the rockets and all that. By the way, guys, this is very, very significant because this strike coming from Gaza, and this is something they have not done in the year 2002 when Israel did a offensive against West Bank. This is something first time Hamas is doing. So let's go with this development. So as Israel begins West Bank fight, Hamas surprises IDF from behind. Let's see. So sirens wail in southern Israel as rockets hit near Kisufim. Then next one. Hamas to intensify attack from Gaza as IDF focuses more on West Bank. This could actually give Hamas the room to, as some of the Israeli ministers, they're saying that Netanyahu government has failed, and therefore now 20,000 Hamas fighters are regrouping to attack Israel. So this could give them the option or the opportunity right now to not only regroup but also to choose a target from Israel. Next one. Sirens sounded in the community of Kisufim during the attack, according to the IDF. So as you can see, all of these people, they are running, and it looks like this entire area is being controlled by the Israeli military, and these are all IDF soldiers. Hamas claimed responsibility for the rocket fire, stating they targeted military base. So again, it is being being something very, very common in the recent time, where we see that Hamas is targeting all the military bases of Israel one after another. So they are not going after the human or civilian casualties. They're going after military bases, unlike what Israel has claimed, that Hamas, the reason they're launching these attacks is to kill civilians. But no, that is not the case. Hamas made it very, very clear. So what exactly happened? I want you to take a look at this video from CNN. Look at the tone of this reporter.
In Jenin, army vehicles surrounded the city's two main hospitals. Ambulances stopped and checked by military jeeps. Israel's foreign minister has urged his government to use Gaza as a model for dealing with armed groups here.
Okay, so they want to create another Gaza in the West Bank. So this will be the second genocide. Wow, unbelievable.
Saying that Iran was backing them, and that this was a war for everything, that Israel must win.
The IDF and our security forces are operating in Tulkarem, Jenin, and other places from which murderous attacks have been launched. We will fight to eliminate terrorism wherever it emerges.
Okay, so wherever it emerges. So why don't you go to Iran? Why don't you attack Iran directly? Why don't you go to Hezbollah? Because they are the terrorists, the biggest terrorists. They don't do that. They don't say this kind of thing against Hezbollah or Iran. What they say is exactly the opposite. We want to de-escalate, the tension, the conflict between Iran and Hezbollah. But when it comes to Hamas, when it comes to West Bank, oh, no, we're going to go after all the terrorists. I mean, for Israel, Hezbollah should be the biggest threat, and Iran should be the biggest threat. They don't go after them. But they go after who? This, small little armies. But nevertheless, right now they are being defeated. This war of propaganda has been lost by Israel. And what they're doing right now is absolutely outrageous. Now, I want to show you the map here, if you're not aware of what is happening. So this is West Bank. This is where Jerusalem, so it's very close. And the reason Israel is conducting this operation is because they believe somehow Iranians are there, which is absolutely ridiculous. But there is another reason why IDF is conducting these raids. Number one is the militant group, or the settlers terrorists, I should say. Settler terrorists, the Israeli. They are actually now in West Bank. So Israeli government, what they did in the beginning of this year, Israel gave free pass to all of the settlers, terrorists, and they told them, go to West Bank and evict people, and go and take up more lands, steal more lands. And we give you all the equipments, everything you need, including weapons and everything. So they told a bunch of ordinary citizens, a bunch of hooligans, that go to West Bank and do whatever you want, basically. So they did go there. And what they did is they started to attack IDF. So instead of saying thank you IDF giving us this opportunity, they were attacking IDF. Why? Because they did not want these miscreants, they did not want any kind of rule of law in West Bank. So they will go to places like Jenin, they will go to places like Tulkarm, and they will corrupt the entire city. And this has been going on for months and months. Now IDF is like, oh, we gave you this free pass, now you're abusing it. You are actually attacking IDF, because every time IDF soldier will go to them, they will be like chased. Why? Because they don't like IDF. They don't like rule of law. I mean, obviously IDF has their own rule. Even that one, these settlers, these terrorists, they don't like it. So now what I understand, because they're becoming so fed up with these miscreants, settler terrorists, IDF is like, okay, we have to do it on our own. We're not going to allow, or we would not let them continue on with what they're doing anymore, because they're becoming a problem, a headache for us. So they are now going to West Bank and storming these cities, Tulkarm, Jenin, and Jordan Valley, because they want to establish their own control over those cities. That is one of the main reasons. The other reason is, and this is actually being confirmed, if you go to the Al Arabiya News website, I believe, they have published this article about this miscreants, this settler terrorists that the IDF is dealing with right now. And the other thing that you also have to understand is that IDF, they are so terrified of the Iranians that they do not feel comfortable that they do not have any control over West Bank, and Iranian could get in. They can sneak into these cities and build their own weaponry factory, because this is exactly what Hamas did. So they're so terrified of Iranian motives. So that is the other reason why they're taking it on their own, because this operation or these raids are being conducted by hundreds of IDF forces. So it's not something they're taking lightly. It shows that they're very much afraid of Iranian presence and also losing control over these three cities. So I just want to go over with what happened. So Palestinian fighters blow up Israeli military vehicle, and this is from the West Bank. So people are actually now commanding West Bank, saying that you guys are doing an absolutely fantastic job. You're now rising up against this oppression of the Israelis in the West Bank, just like people in Gaza. After Gaza, hundreds of IDF troops from storm West Bank. Resistance fighters in Tulkaram's Nur Sham camp blew up Israeli army bulldozers. Again, something very rare. West Bank people, they do not put up any fight because they love the Western countries to help them. These people really need to wake up. Blast caused massive fire and thick smoke that covered up the area in West Bank. So you can clearly see what is happening there. Operation is being carried out jointly by IDF, the ISA, and the Israel Border Police. So again, as I said, they are not taking it lightly. These operations are very, very serious for Israel. Okay, so these operations are serious for Israel, not for anybody else, just for Israel and IDF. Okay. So operation was in response to attempted suicide attack in Tel Aviv on August 18. No, this is absolutely bollock, because this attempted suicide attack, whatever they're calling it, was really not the main reason. There was just one attack. I mean, you are bringing all your military in these three cities because there was a suicide attack. It doesn't make sense. No, this is not about that. It is more than that. So obviously Zionists, they have a habit of lying all the time. We know that. So they are lying this time too. Israel Defense Forces also carried out an aerial operation in Farah. So this is again a new development, and what we will be seeing in the coming hours is something more frantic effort from Israeli army to try to destroy everything, end up destroying their own selves, their own image, because the whole world is now waking up to the true reality of the Zionists, how monstrous they are, how many times they can commit this genocide. They are not happy with what they did in Gaza. Now they want to do more in West Bank right now. Some comments here. Maria, Zakaria, thank you guys. Michael, Nirvana, Tharma, thank you guys. If you have any comment, leave a comment. I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.